Mheshimiwa Speaker.
The final contribution on this issue is Senator Ole Kina, Ledama.
Madam Speaker, I thank you. Madam Speaker, with a very heavy heart, today I cry for the Rendile. And first of all, let me thank Senator Chute for having brought this statement, because this is a statement that made me come back to this house this afternoon. Because every day when one community attacks another community and the government keeps quiet or does not do anything, it begs the question whether we should really be proud of ourselves as one country called Kenya. Madam Speaker, about 3 months ago, one of my staff, his name is Wambas Oleman, called me in the middle of the night crying, saying that the Gabra invaded his home and stole over 500 cows and killed people. It hit so hard because he was saying, I'm completely gone. Today, when I hear that one community has attacked and killed 2 Rendile children, injured 1 old man, a 7-year-old, Madam Speaker, it really begs the question, what exactly are we doing in this country? Why are we priding ourselves, saying that we are Kenyans, yet there are those who are Kenyans, first-class citizens, and there are those who are forgotten. Madam Speaker, if history serves me right, and the distinguished senator from Marsabit will correct me, this area of attack is next to an area which is used by the military for training. If you've gone to Marsabit, Madam Speaker, and you drive from Marsabit town, you pass a town called Hula Hula, you come down, before you go to Kargi, right next to Kargi, there is an area where the Rendile, the Samburu, used for their cultural ceremonies. I've attended these ceremonies, so I speak with authority. I know the area. It's a tough terrain. That area, during the last parliament, we were trying to speak to the country, to the government, to move the military out of there. They didn't. Today, when I come here and I hear that 2 young souls have been taken out of this world, it really hurts as a parent. It hurts as a leader. We might have our differences, you know, Kenya Kwanza, Azimio la Umoja, but I think when we come here, what we must defend is the sanctity of life. What we must defend are these people who are our brothers, our children in this country. Madam Speaker, I want to call upon the CS for Interior, who used to sit in that seat as the Deputy Speaker. He's now in a position where, in part of this country, they have taken the military to be able to go and deal with bandits. If you care, and if someone out there is not only busy politicking, if they care, for the sake of these 2 young kids whose future has been taken away from them, whose future has been taken away from them, Madam Speaker, their parents will never get to see them. Please, the first thing he needs to do is to go to a place called My Corner and recover the 1,000 sheep which have been recovered there today, and make sure they go to the people. The next thing they need to do, instead of just having an area where they say it's for military training, is for them to deal, because they know the people who are sponsoring these attacks. is for them to go out there. Because, Madam Speaker, when you drive to Moyale, there is a multi-agency security apparatus. So there's no way you can bribe the road. You know, you'll find people from NSIS, you'll find people from CID, you'll find people from anti-stock theft, you'll find every agency on the road. So it begs the question, why are we still ignoring and neglecting the Rendile? Neglecting and encouraging the brewing of these inter-clans, inter-tribal warfare. Madam Speaker, this is a very painful ordeal, and I do hope that the Ministry of Interior would actually move expeditiously to make sure that that place has got peace. You know, when I was seated here, before I read the statement in detail, and I had my colleague, Senator Omtata, saying that if these people are arrested, they should be court-martialed. I whispered to my colleague and I said, they're not military. But these are the kind of people, Madam Speaker, that if they are arrested, there's no point of trying them. You just put them there and you put live bullets in their chest. If they can be bold enough to take away a child and cut off the stomach and you can see the intestine. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, let me reiterate again. Something has got to be done. If life means anything to any leader in this country, it is about time that we set aside our differences and we secure this country. Madam Speaker, the issue of bandits, the issue of cattle rustling, is something which the system understands. They know. I've always been of the view, and I still hold my views strongly, and I say this is a huge enterprise. You know, it's an international trade that has been fueling and supporting different political platforms. So let's cut to the chase now. Let's save lives. Do whatever you have to do, but save these lives. Madam Speaker, if you go to North Hall right now, 2 weeks ago, my staff were there with a bus. They went to donate food to people. You know, they were crying. And they couldn't understand how people can live there. There's no water. In fact, the only thing which is there, and I thank the former Prime Minister Raila Ole Kina and the late President Kibaki for having done, is having built that road from Isiolo all the way to Moyale. And Madam Speaker, if you sit down with the Prime Minister and he tells you the story of that road, how that road came about. People from Moyale walked for over 15 days from Moyale all the way to Nairobi to come and plead for that road to be done. Because, you know, when we come here, history is very important for us, Madam Speaker. It is important for the younger generation to understand how this country came to be. This country was literally built by the railway line. That's how the urban cities, the small towns mushroomed and they developed. Now to be able to connect the other part of the Northern Frontier District, it had to take initiatives and innovations from leadership. And this is why I always support Raila, because of what he saw when he was a minister for transport, for that road, for that place to be open. Now that that road was open, Madam Speaker, if you drive from Isiolo to Marsabit, it is 2 hours. But the distance is almost how many? 300 or 400 kilometers? Around 270 kilometers. But it's 2 hours because the road is beautiful. Now that we build the road, why can't we move security there? Why can't we secure those people who live there? Madam Speaker, when you hear that even vehicles, are taken from Kenya, cross to Ethiopia, and they are never released. And the people know the people who took them. So you wonder, really, do we have a government that cares about all its citizens? There are parts of this country, Madam Speaker, if I tell you to go and live, you will not survive for a day. You know, there is a tribe also in Turkana that most people don't know. There are parts of this country, Madam Speaker, that if you go, you ask yourself whether this is Kenya or we are still living in the Stone Age. These kids who are attacked, if you saw those pictures, Madam Speaker, they barely even have clothes. People are only surviving with the cows they have. If you find sheep there, you'll wonder what these sheep are eating. Because the whole place is dry, completely dry, there's nothing. So if that's not enough, that life, global warming has made it difficult for you to be able to survive, then now a country which we pay taxes for, even those people pay taxes because they have food, they have everything, cannot protect them.
Please wind up here.
Madam Speaker, I'll be happy to wind up. I was waiting to see the red light. I didn't know how much time we had to comment on this. And I know yesterday we discussed about sticking to the standing orders. The reason why I'm contributing more is because I'm guided by the standing orders. The standing orders gives us enough time to be able to contribute. But with that, I want to summarize by saying this. Rendile children life matters. And it's about time that this government also, if at all we have a government, should forget about the differences and should move there. In fact, tomorrow I would expect that, and I hope this is going to be with the Security Committee. I know Senator, my good friend from Kisumu is in that committee. I hope that you can move fast, have the military go there. This is the situation now where it is a military that has to go there. Because we have this habit of sending the military without getting parliamentary approval. So since you've already violated the law, go ahead, go there and rescue these people. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Senators, as you can see, the issue of security is a matter of very serious national concern and attracting a lot of public interest. And Honorable Senator of Nandi County, Senator Chiraliki, had invited me to comment about the chairman of committees informing other senators when the CSs are invited, like what happened this morning. Committee chairpersons are actually persuaded that they should be informing the whole House when the CSs are attending some of the sessions or coming to respond to statements or motions or issues, so that other senators who are interested in matters that are coming from their counties can be in attendance and can hear the clarifications or raise any issues they may want to raise with the CSs. Clerk, next order. Oh, the statements are not yet finalized. We seek a statement from nominated Senator Hamida Kibwana. That statement is deferred due to her absence. Another statement being sought from the Committee on Finance and Budget by nominated Senator Hamida Kibwana. That is also deferred. Let us now have the Senator for Kisumu County, Professor Tom Odhiambo Ojienda, SCMP.
Madam Speaker, I rise to make a statement under Standing Order 53. I will make two statements. The first statement, Madam Speaker, sir, is on the completion of Muhoroni Mamboleo Road. I request a statement. Arise, Madam Speaker, sir, pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing concerning the state of the 63-kilometer Kisumu Chemelil Muhoroni Road. In this statement, Madam Speaker, the committee should state the budgetary allocation made towards the construction of the 63-kilometer Kisumu Chemelil Muhoroni Road, stating whether the allocation is sufficient to complete the road. 2, inform the Senate on the progress made in constructing the said road, detailing how many kilometers have been constructed since inception of the project to date. And thirdly, appraise the Senate on the expected date of completion of the road and when it will be open for public use. Madam Speaker, I rise on the second statement, which is on the status of pending bills in Kisumu County. In this statement, Madam Speaker, I seek, pursuant to Standing Order 53, to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget regarding the issue of pending bills of Kisumu County Government. In the statement, the committee should, 1, confirm whether the county government of Kisumu has carried out forensic audit of all projects carried out by contractors and suppliers, and the status of pending bills, which bills threaten to stall service provision to the people of Kisumu County. Secondly, state whether there exists any plan for prioritization of the pending bills, informing the Senate of the budgetary allocations that have been put aside towards settling the pending bills and